Hello guys, welcome another Thursday for the Detailing Business Roundup series. Guys, today we're doing a quick roundup today and jump into an important point, how to delegate the tasks. If you guys own a detailing business or are part of the Wings Mobile Detailing franchise, you're probably skipping a lot of this as well as all the other videos we've done. But if you have questions on how I'm gonna delegate my tasks, my day-to-day, if you feel like you're working too much, not for the growth of your business, but more towards putting fires down, you're like a fire extinguisher and you feel like you're stuck. Guys, that's a normal feeling, but let's jump to the board right now and see how do we get that. All right, guys, so here it is, the separation. On one side, you have daily problems. These are usually things that as a small business owner is required of you to do, but doesn't necessarily bring any growth. You're just putting fires down, but it is required, meaning that you still have to do this to maintain the growth of your business. Maintain the growth. You have to get all of these parts right, but here is usually what you work: business growth, acquiring clients, marketing. This is what is connected directly to the growth of your business. Everything that leads to revenue growth. So right here are daily problems that you guys are going to have. This is your day-to-day. I'm actually going to scheduling clients. The daily problems, technical work. Technical work is when you're doing the work yourself. So when you're starting off, when I started off, I had a goal of sooner, more or later. It took me about 3 years for me to not have to do the detail work myself and use my time to the growth of my business, which would be marketing. So the detail work it would take me from 8 a.m. to about 4 or 5 p.m. the majority of the day. So I did have to be patient and take time to grow my team through train my team myself all those years, so that I can actually have a foundation and then be able to leave that and buy 8 or 9 hours time of my day by not working technical. That is normal. You guys have to do that, and you guys are going to spend on the first. For me, as I said, it took me 3 years on this as well, because then we acquired trainers as well. I train a trainer, so I'm not the one training people here. The management part is what's gonna take a lot of your guys' time. What the point here is, guys, is the sooner you can move to working here, and the more time that you allocate of your day to work on this green side here, on the marketing, on growing your team, growing clientele, anything that's gonna bring revenue growth. The sooner you do here, the faster you're gonna grow, the better it is. But you also don't want to skip any step here, because if you do skip any step and you want to rush to working from home when your team's not ready, your business is gonna get destroyed. So these are the parts that requires your time: employee training, reduce services. When an employee calls you or a client is calling you because they have a redo, and you're wasting that time on the phone, you're wasting the gasoline of the van to go back and redo it. Sometimes you're redoing it yourself. The time on the phone that you spend, this is all problems. This is all you putting fires down here. Tracking employees. Now, this management part right here is going to take you huge amount of time. You're gonna wake up, you're gonna make sure that your tracker of your van, if you're with the Wings franchise, you're gonna have that as well. So it's gonna be much faster, much easier for you to manage, because you're gonna have automations for your company. So if you do, you're gonna have a tracker. So in the morning, that tracker, you're gonna have to see if your employee is actually going to the client. So instead of you asking him and texting, you're gonna have the tracking on your van. You'll be able to tell if they're there or not. That's a part of your day. You wake up in the morning, let's say 7 or 8 in the morning, you want to check the tracker, check your app, maybe they are not. And then if they are not heading to the client, that's going to happen a lot with your employees. That's business, the price you pay. You're going to have to call them, hey, why are you late? Call the clients. That by itself already took 2 hours of your day. Guys, this is it. It's going to take a lot of times. It's normal. Without talking about running the weekly or bi-weekly payroll, Going back to reduce tracking employees, equipment problems. If you're in the middle of your day, and depending how many vans you have going out, or if you're doing the technical work still, you're gonna have equipment problems where you're working there and then you're gonna have to leave where you are, drive there, fix the equipment, or fix the van breaks down, you lose all the money. You know, this is all you putting fires down. It's not, you're not growing the business, you're just maintaining it, which is necessary. And buying supplies. Buying supplies, doing team meetings, all of that here, guys. The benefit of getting here, and there are ways to move faster from here to here. There are ways, and the faster you move, the more money you're gonna make, the faster you're gonna make that money, which is gonna be more. One way would be subscribe to this YouTube video, because I give you guys tips on how to do the scheduling, how to train employees faster and quicker. But also, or getting into the wings model on the franchise, as always, because you're gonna be skipping scheduling, because we do that all. We give you the clients. You're gonna skip employee training, which is a huge portion of you putting fires down, because the training, your employees are gonna start with you already fully trained. In the technical work, the only thing you're gonna grow is your team. The redos, you're gonna take care of that. Not redoing the service, but answering the phone calls, because it's all included with the franchise. So guys, ways, I'm not trying to sell the franchise right now, but ways to succeed in the business is knowing when you're working to growth of your business and when you're not. I still go through that myself, you know. A lot of times I have to do some systematic things for the business, and other times I'm actually working. So I have to know my time, the percentage of my time. I have to know that I have to allocate to the business growth. I have to know, because once I'm aware of that, and I'm just giving you guys awareness here, once I'm aware of that, I'm gonna be able to better control myself on my day-to-day. So I'm like, oh, I'm doing too much of this. No, let me write it down, my plan, and separate. I'm gonna stop everything that I'm doing and work to the growth. I have to reserve the time to the growth. Now, growth here, guys, is the only way you can move from the technical work to working from home on scheduling is if you train your team well, if you went through a good training, meaning maybe you created training videos, the franchise included that, so we're skipping all that. Because the reason you're doing the technical work, obviously at the first or second year in business, you don't have financial capability to hire employees, and you have to get your hands dirty regardless. If you're in the first or second year of business and you try to work from home already, you're not doing it right. You gotta get your hands dirty. You're going to war, you gotta know how to fight first before you manage them. Before you're a general, you have to know how to fight the war. Be in the front line. If you're in the front line, that's the only way you're gonna understand. But second and third year goes by, you can only leave the technical work and work on only growing your team, managing your team, because that's what you're gonna be doing. You're gonna perhaps have a car for you and only go to jobs, work with them on each team separate to make sure you're growing your team. Once you have a trainer with you, an established trainer, so you're not there working for your company, you have a trainer that's actually, you hire them and you pass it on for your trainer to train. And that's how you expedite everything with a franchise, guys. But I'm not jumping into that. This is not about scheduling, guys. You know, this is not scheduling, answering the phone calls. This is marketing. I should have written marketing here. You focusing on marketing for the clients to come in the door. Now this is technically you working for the growth of your business. Now there are good ways to do marketing, and there are ways that are not so good, that it's not, you don't get much of return on your investment. There are two ways there. So this guys, you can learn how to do the marketing. Creating systems, this depends. You cannot, if you're just working on all day creating systems for your company, meaning finding new CRM systems, how to run a payroll for your team, better accounting systems, sometimes it cannot be to the growth of the business, but the reason I put it in this category here is because it's gonna save you time when you create systems. Just like the employee tracking systems for your employees, the tracking system. This is you creating a system that's gonna save you time. And you're gonna get that time and use it on something else, which is gonna be marketing, is gonna be growing your team as well. So hiring here. Why do I put the hiring is for business growth? Because if you're getting clients, let's say you're a franchise with wings, you have all the clients coming in. All you need to do to grow your business, that you will be able to retain more revenue, is you having more people working, which is comes to hiring. And then you make more money. Everything that increase your money is on business growth. So know how to separate everything that leads to revenue growth. That is where you want to be. More here. Obviously, you're not going to be 100% here. You're still going to manage this, right? But if you get in the right vehicle or something, you're going to have all these tasks delegated by somebody else, either through a franchise or with years of time that you hire employees and you put them on each of these things to manage them for you. So you're still checking, but you're just supervising whoever's doing all of these tasks. Be also careful. Again, that's why I like to enforce the fact that if you're growing the business in the first year or second year, a lot of entrepreneurs fail because they expect to work from home in the first few months, spend money on marketing so they don't waste time on that because they think they're on the green side here, and then they pay somebody to do the payroll, they pay another person to do this, and then when they see the profit of their business is going south, and when they go through a hard time, they don't have any capital because they have all these dues and subscriptions paid for somebody else in the wrong time. So you gotta get your hands dirty. It is normal to go through this. Understand, the only time you're moving towards the green is when you feel secure to yourself, that you have everything, all the systems in place, you created them, you understand all of them, and you know you're confident that you have even the capital enough to move to the green. Or the best recommendation here would definitely be, being biased, is getting in the right vehicle to where you invest, and from there you don't have to worry about any of this, and not about worry, but automatically you're still growing your team, you're getting clients automatically from the franchise. That's the best way, because then you jump straight to the green because you're already getting to the proving vehicle, the right proving vehicle, which would be the Wings Mobile Detailing franchise. And you're not spending money, obviously. You're going to spend much more money to start yourself. So that's a smart decision to do. Guys, thank you very much every Thursday. Please don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube Practical Roundup series.